All right, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Small Guys Podcast. Before we really get into this, this is just me and Andrew here. Quick note: in the second half of this episode for the breaking review and our crazy movie theater experience,
Yeah.
Aiden's mic kind of sounds a little
Like he's in a fishbowl.
yeah, fishbowl, trash can, whatever you want to say. At certain points, it's not that bad. It just randomly, we all just got new equipment, new mics and stuff like that, so it'll sound better. But really, it's just like he has this mic from Amazon that he's trying out, and he's holding it for some reason instead of having it on a stand or anything. So
Yeah.
at certain points, but it's not too bad. But we just kind of want to get on here and say, hey, at this one part, he might sound a little muffled and stuff like that.
And going forward, now effective all of our episodes going forward, we're actually going to all have the exact same mic.
Yeah.
So we'll be able to kind of better fine tune like the audio and figure out like whose room, like the rooms that everyone's in. If there's an echo, we'll be able to really dive in and make it very consistent because we'll all have the exact same equipment. So we're pretty excited about that. The other thing that we wanted to bring up real quick before the start of this episode, which is pretty exciting. The other guys, we just texted them and let them know. But we have surpassed 1,000 downloads. So huge thank you to everyone that's listening. Like that is awesome. That is we've been doing this for 81 days. So not under 90 days. And we've already surpassed that thought, and we keep on growing, which is awesome. To see month over month growth with something that we're kind of just doing as a hobby, something that we all like to do. We love talking about movies. This is pretty awesome.
Yeah. No, it's a dream come true, really. Thank you guys so much. Like the texts and stuff we see, or people telling us about it, or whatever. Even seeing the numbers and stuff like that, it's surreal. So
yeah, and we can see the analytics. We can see that it's not just people from Michigan listening. We are actually getting people around the United States now, which is kind of
it's
cool.
Like 22 different states and three different countries in total, counting the United States. But pretty cool.
which is pretty neat. Don't get me wrong, the majority of our listeners are local, but we're seeing some growth around the US and even the world, which is pretty cool as we kind of continue to go with this and see where we're at say 90 days from now. Should be interesting. But yeah.
All right, let's get into the episode. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Alrighty. All right, welcome back to another episode of Small Guys Podcast. Today we are talking D23 announcements and the breaking review. And then too, at the very end, we got a little story about what happened to us at the movie theater. Go listen to that. That's crazy. There's timestamps in the description, everything for all that stuff. We just hit a big milestone here. 1,000 downloads. Go download these if you're listening to them on Apple or Spotify. Go check out the YouTube. Yeah, it's a big deal for us. Yep. We're pretty excited. Attention high here. Okay. Yeah, Brian, you got anything to say?
Let's get it on.
Wow.
Yeah,
right
I just wanted to come out and say, D23 came and went, and there wasn't as many as announcements as everyone wanted. But what they gave us, it looked like shit. So D23.
When we did our Comic-Con episode about the MCU, we were pretty excited about D23. Kevin Feige was really hyping it up, but I think we're all a little disappointed. I think we all had our hopes a little higher
it's
still
really Twitter that hypes everything up, man. It's each fan to their own.
Yeah.
That's how every movie was when we were originally waiting to go see it. Like we have all these expectations that we build up in our head from Twitter, let alone because they just sparked the imagination. And then D23 came out. They were supposed to announce Fantastic Forecast. Supposed to announce new projects.
No. Listen.
They're supposed to announce X-Men.
All the fucking rumors. X-Men, Deadpool, fucking the Fantastic Forecast.
We know nothing about Phase 6 still.
We know,
and that's how it should be, bro. It's a couple of years from now.
Yeah, I'm with Mike on that. I don't think we should know that much.
What do they do? They do D23 every year.
Yeah. It was the same last year. Everybody was disappointed with it, but like at the end of the day, like we're gonna get it. It's not like it's
eventually we're just gonna get the Fantastic Four cast like in an article or a magazine.
I'm not gonna lie.
I'd be happy to go to the movies and no trailer and just see who it is right there.
I would be kind of pissed, but I would agree with you. But I'm not gonna lie, I got fooled by Twitter. I thought that picture I showed Aiden, on it was like Henry Cavill as Doctor Doom, John Boyega as I was like, my eyes literally, I was like, literally fucking.
We were in Florida and we're sitting down at like the kitchen table and Mike's like, bro, look. And it was literally, it was like having Feige on stage like this. And it was like all.
It looked real as
legit
fuck.
as fuck. And then I look at the thing and I'm like, Mike, all these things are like coming out right now, and this thing says 14 hours ago. So I was like,
I didn't see that. I didn't see that. I got a chub, man.
John Boyega as Johnny Blaze. It had that one girl from
Jody
Guy as Sue Storm, and then it had John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic. Who is it? It was Seth Rogen as fucking
Seth
The Rock.
Rogen.
Oh my God, can you imagine?
And I was like, dude, that's got to be bullshit. Then I looked at the timestamp. I was like, okay. Because why the fuck would they cast Seth Rogen as
That'd be funny as fuck.
But hey, maybe
the Thing.
maybe
It's
the
clobber
thing.
time.
Yeah, I was gonna say The Rock.
The Thing.
Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah, no. 'Cause, all the fucking Black Adam promo, man. It's all I see
Dude, I
everywhere.
fell for The Rock. Did you guys see that with the Queen? When the Queen died, Rip to the Queen. That fake tweet by him. It was Rip to the Queen. She was the best. Like,
but Black Adam's coming out.
Yeah, and at
She
the
won't
very
be
end, he's
alive
like,
to
Black
see
Adam
it.
comes out October 21st.
So Rip to the
Oh
Queen, but
my
too bad she won't be alive to
And
see.
everyone in the
Black
comments is like,
Adam.
wait, is this real? Like, did he actually tweet this?
It looked real as fuck.
Yeah.
I had to look it up and see if it was real or not because that shit was funny. I was at work, like, well, rip to the Queen, but also fuck that lady. All those memes were fucking killing me
They
at
were
work.
funny.
Oh, dude, it's
And
hilarious.
when I read The Rock one, I was like, all right, like I kind of gotta look this up, like, because if he tweeted that's great promotion.
I didn't see that. I didn't see that.
It
But
was
we're gonna get so much promo for that Black Adam fucking movie. I'm gonna not want to watch that shit.
Yeah, it's gonna be trash.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
there already is
did,
so much promo, and I have no like
I have no desire to see it
enthusiasm. Yeah, I
unless
have
you
no
guys.
enthusiasm to see
Like,
it.
unless you
I
guys
like
are
The Rock.
like, hey, let's go see it.
Mike,
I've never even
What?
seen any of the Shazam movies or Aquaman.
Shazam
I
was
saw
fire.
the Wonder Woman 1. I didn't watch
First
2.
Shazam was good as fuck. The second one
Shazam
when's
was
that
good.
coming out?
I don't know. Man. It's
I,
too
I was
corny.
I was gonna say,
24.
Mike, you like The Rock. Name something that you like him in, because personally,
Tooth
Rock
Fairy.
seems like
What he likes, The Rock. He likes his muscles.
What do you mean?
Scorpion
because
King.
I can't name something that I
Okay.
like the fucking Rock in. I think he's a good guy.
There's this.
I think okay. Let me rephrase that. More
all
so as like a personality, not an actor.
All
He's
right,
honest to God, like a very plain. Like,
Although he had a good role.
he
in
plays the
Ballers.
same role.
Yep.
I liked him in Ballers.
Yep. He plays the
Trash
same
show.
role.
Fair is
He,
probably his
he
best
plays The
movie.
Rock. He plays The Rock
Game
as
plan.
The Rock
He's
in
good at
every
game plan.
fucking movie.
He's
There's
good in
this
game plan.
movie from 2000.
He's good in Moana. He's good in Moana.
with
Aiden
Sean
really
William
likes Game
Scott
Plan.
called The Rundown. That's a great fucking movie with The Rock.
That's a good movie.
Hey Jumanji, guess what
What
character
else
he
was he
plays?
in?
The Rock.
You guys heard me say Tooth Fairy, right?
Shut the
Yeah.
fuck up, Josh.
Wow. But yeah, other than that, I mean, the one new project that they did announce at D23 for Marvel specifically was Werewolf at Night. That one actually looks pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I doubt it's gonna be in black and white. That would honestly be sweet if it was black and white the entire way through.
I think it is.
We're lucky enough to get it on October 7th, I think. So that'd be
Yeah.
sweet.
Well, so I have I have two movies here, or two project, or three actually, that aren't D23, but I think you guys would want to talk about it. Glass Onions, Knives Out teaser trailer came out. Releases December 23rd in theaters the week before, but it's on Netflix. Are you guys excited for that? I think
Is
this
it going
cast
to
could be
theaters?
better. Yeah, the week before.
Damn.
feel like that's
I
what
saw
they're
some
doing
people
now.
that saw an
Yeah.
early screening. They were tweeting about it, and they said it's insane. It tops Knives Out. So
Yeah, I heard Dave Bautista's character plays a country YouTuber, and he's a
God,
man.
dude.
Yeah, he's a
God, it's so fucking stupid. Dude.
he supports he supports men's
Influencer?
rights and stuff. Yeah, he's like a big men influencer, like
God.
Okay.
guys' rights and stuff like that. So
Well, they got that one chick
gonna be
from Outer
funny as
Banks
fuck.
in there. That's gonna be sweet.
yeah,
Cameron,
Who else do they have?
Sarah Cam.
Ed Norton's in it.
Yeah, Edward Norton's in it.
Yeah,
The Hulk. The Hulk's showing up.
yeah.
I haven't even seen the first one. I haven't even seen the
Oh,
first
you
one.
haven't seen the first one?
No.
Daniel Craig, obviously, but I don't. They
Yeah.
don't really tie in besides Daniel Craig. I don't think so.
It's just it's like it's a
Besides
new
him.
story, but I mean that's what I was afraid of. But I mean the reviews so far. I mean they said that
I
it
think it'll be a good ass
tops
movie.
Knives Out. So
I want to see it in theaters if you guys are down.
I didn't know it was going to theaters. I thought it was a Netflix exclusive.
Yeah, so it's gonna go a week before. Like Gray Man did that.
You know, Netflix needs some cash right now.
Is Netflix actually making it?
Yeah.
Yes. Ryan Johnson directed it. He did the first one, so I think it's a good hand.
He's doing the second one again, right?
Yeah, he's doing them both.
Bro, why does Netflix have to touch any fucking decent movie?
I think this one will be different.
Man, people just buy out.
Yeah, I think. Okay, there's Babylon first official trailer starring Brad Pitt and Margot Robbie.
That one's gonna be sweet. That one's like
cool.
a depict of like, you know, Hollywood atmosphere. So that one's gonna be sweet.
I love you, Margot Robbie.
Yeah, Brad Pitt. And then Assassin's Creed live action series on Netflix is officially happening.
Hey man, I'll watch it.
I knew Aiden would be excited.
I love the Assassin's Creed games, man. Not the newer ones, obviously, but like the OG ones. Those are like one of the first games that I actually remember.
I won't be on
playing
that
on like the 360, man.
Yeah. Again, I'll sit through it because again, Assassin's Creed 1, 2, Brotherhood, Revelations, Black Flag, Assassin's Creed 3 were all fire games. And then what was it? Was it Origins where they fucking tried
Brotherhood
to change it up?
Or Unity was the
okay, maybe it was
that was the Xbox One release.
Okay, then,
that's when it went to shit.
I stopped like right there. I didn't even buy Unity.
That's when it went to
shit. And then everything new. I remember watching you fucking play. I think it was Origins, or what was the second one to come out? The one in between Origins and Valhalla. I remember coming over to watch it at your house and that fucking Odyssey. Yeah. I remember watching you play both of those, but like other than that,
but that's when they turned to like a RPG open world type shit. And it wasn't like not open world, but you can do whatever the fuck you want. And there was like level tiers and shit like that, and that's when it went downhill.
Well,
they just announced that show, and then they announced 3 new games coming out too. So that's gonna be sweet.
Oh shit,
3.
Well, Netflix does the Witcher series too, and that just got like 3 and 4 more seasons, something like that.
Have not seen that.
I haven't either, but I mean,
I heard mixed things about it. Yeah, Sam.
Yeah, but
heard it started off really good.
Netflix just released the new Cyberpunk Edge Runners.
Oh,
like
really?
An animated TV show. They just dropped it like today. Yeah.
Mike, will you watch that for us and let us know?
What?
Will you watch that one? And you're a big Netflix guy.
I heard that. So wait,
man,
anything like video game related, I've heard good things about. One of the dudes at my old work was telling me to watch Arcane. That League of Legends show on Netflix, the animated
I'm good
show.
On that.
Bro, it's hard. It's hard to fuck up a movie. It's hard to fuck up a movie on a video game when you have the fucking the content and the information in a fucking game. You can just copy and paste it over.
Because Mike, most of the time the people making it
didn't even
don't
see it.
play it. Yeah.
What did we watch? And the director said,
Doctor Strange director Sam Raimi.
Doctor Strange said he never even saw WandaVision.
Yeah, did not see WandaVision.
Yeah, and then Taika Waititi said that he didn't fucking. What did he say? He said something about not finishing. You know what I'm fucking. Fuck, dude.
Titty Watiti.
Titty Wakiki. Fucking. He made one good movie, and that was it.
Yeah. Well, Jojo Rabbit's good.
Hot
take. Two good movies. Two good movies.
One good movie.
2 good movies.
Take a Wakiki. Hell no.
He's new to the industry.
He doesn't have a bad movie, man.
All right, well, let's get to actual D23 stuff. Live action Lion King spinoff for Mufasa.
Guys, I do have a shitty mic. I apologize to anyone listening to this, but maybe you can hear me clear if I put it close to my mouth. Oh shit! No one cares.
It's called Mufasa the Lion King. It's a prequel movie focused on his youth.
Whoever came up with that idea maybe should think about just
how did that get the green light?
Why don't they just make like Monsters Inc. 5?
Because the actual
you want to know why?
It made $1 billion.
Yeah, it made $1 billion. It's a fucking money grab.
Yeah.
Next movie, no one cares.
That's because they had Beyonce sing.
Yeah, hopefully she makes her turn. James Cameron says Avatar 4 is now filming.
Shut the fuck up about Avatar.
Yeah. I don't want to hear about Avatar.
Overrated. Overrated.
The first Avatar wasn't even fucking good.
And that's the thing.
Just look good.
Everyone I don't even want to go see that on premiere.
No.
I really. It's not even that
I hate it.
Dude. It's just not like those. I don't find those movies entertaining.
Dude,
I agree with you, but
we're gonna sit there for 3 hours in the fucking movie theater. Like, nah.
And I'm pretty sure that Babylon movie comes out on Christmas.
It does.
Yeah, it does.
Sweet.
I didn't watch the trailer. I gotta watch that after this.
New trailer for the new Lucasfilms Willow series. I did not
That
see
kind
the
of looks.
movie.
It looks
cool.
pretty decent.
I didn't see
It
that.
It
looks
looks
decent.
sweet.
Didn't
It looked
see
cool.
that one.
It's
What's
like a
it, what's it
fantasy.
about?
It's like a
like
fantasy
a
type.
new Harry Potter, Star Wars, like everything that like it's like all those like
Yeah.
that kind of genre, but it's fresh.
Yeah.
So
So
no one
Willow,
knows any more
fantasy.
behind
believe
it. Fantasy.
So Willow is a movie in 1994, I think, and this is the series like that's going to continue from that movie, I guess. I don't know. So
Interesting.
I think the original Willow movie is on Disney Plus. I've not seen it,
You said
but I
this
heard
was
it's pretty good.
Lucasfilms?
Yes,
Yeah.
Lucasfilms.
Okay,
This is their project. So,
nice.
and then you guys are really going to shit on this next one. Final trailer for Andor. The first
I'm
3
excited
episodes
for
are
it.
released September 21st.
Yeah, I don't know what you mean, but I'm excited.
I'm just
for
kidding.
this.
Yeah, I'm
Isn't
just
it-
kidding.
it's
I'm
an
really
18
excited.
episode, Isn't it 18 episodes or is it more
No,
than
it's
that?
12 episodes in the first season, 12 in the second. So they've already confirmed a
Hmm.
second season. They're doing 24 in total.
Yeah, I watched that second trailer today on my lunch break, and that shit looks so good.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm super
they said
excited
it's
for
that
that.
more of like it's like a spy thriller for Star Wars.
Yeah, dude.
No Jedis.
Did you guys
nothing like
watch that last
so
trailer? The new
I
one that
saw
just came
that.
out?
Yes,
I think so.
Chills. It gave me chills. It's so cool.
Yeah.
that looks good.
This is pretty cool too. Tales of the Jedi premieres October 26th on Disney Plus. Each story features Jedis from the prequel era, and the official trailer was released. Focuses on young Count Dooku, Ahsoka, and Mace Windu, and are going to be shorts. So they're gonna be like the short versions of
There's
episodes.
6.
guess, or
I
something
hope-
like
Is
that.
this
So when
the
they
one
say
where,
shorts-
Yeah, it says shorts.
what?
So that's kind of a bummer. It's like it looks like Clone Wars type.
No, but
like,
I hope they're like.
animation.
I hope by shorts they mean like 20 minutes.
See,
I hope they're not
I'm
like
worried they're like
Groot, where they're
8.
like 2 minutes.
I'm worried they're like 8 or 9. I don't know
probably
for
are.
sure.
Whoa,
but-
what was that? The boys cartoon, the Diabolical
Yeah,
or
those
whatever.
were.
Yeah.
But those were good
like 12
runtime.
minutes.
Those
Yeah.
were good runtime.
That was
think-
good. That's
I think for
for
it to
sure.
be more than like that 8 minutes, like you're saying, Aiden, usually it says like limited series. Versus if
Yeah.
it says shorts,
Yeah.
that shit's probably under 10 minutes.
No, but then limited series again, like that was Queen's Gambit. That's just a limited
That's true.
series.
It's like
as
one
in you're not
season.
gonna get
Yeah,
it's one
that's a
season, you're
good
not
point.
gonna get more. Don't expect more. Like it's one story that you're
Now,
telling.
do we think in this is this where we might see the return of what the fuck's his name? Qui-Gon Jinn?
Yeah,
think
he's in
so.
it.
Like
sure.
in
See,
this,
if you
'cause,
watch the
like,
trailer,
it was already
on-
talked about Liam Neeson like coming back for his role
Yeah.
to do
No,
it
I
again.
watched the trailer on Twitter and they had Qui-Gon Jinn.
Okay, I
Like,
texted
It
you
looks
guys. I
Yeah,
texted
it
you,
had
told me what
subtitles.
trailers to watch, you motherfuckers.
There was a lot.
Then we got Mandalorian season 3 teaser.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was
wow.
actually first trailer for the Mandalorian season 3 set to release early 2023. And has
Like,
Giancarlo Esposito. He will return as Moff Gideon, which that's
fuck
pretty sweet.
yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's pretty sweet.
always a villain and he does it so well.
He's
Dude,
so
he's
good
literally
at it.
one of the best television actors
He's so good.
out there.
Yeah, I don't know. That gave me chills. I mean, that's
Has he hit movies yet? Has he been in any films?
He
he'll
had a
be in
whole
X-Men.
game where he was an enemy. If that counts.
Yeah, I mean,
What show
so-
did I just watch that he was in? He was in something else. That I
Breaking
just-
Bad.
He's in The Boys. He's in
Now-
Breaking Bad. He's
The
in,
Boys.
Better Call Saul.
Yeah,
The Boys, because
Yeah.
I just
Better Call
watched-
Saul. He's in. He's in
Far Cry.
another movie that I just watched or show. Fuck.
Who knows? He might be Professor X.
Yeah, that'd be fucking sick.
Okay, and then the last Star Wars thing, The Bad Batch season 2 premieres January 4th. Season 2 is gonna be 16 episodes long with 2 episodes at the premiere. Did you guys watch season 1 or no?
I did
No.
not.
I heard
watched,
it's
like,
like
3
almost better than
episodes.
Clone Wars.
Whoa!
That's what I heard, Brian.
Nah,
I kinda wanna watch it.
The dudes in my old work watched it and they were bashing it. They said it was good,
Really?
but it's not anything compared to that. So
Okay.
I mean, that's their opinion.
Clone Wars was a staple of our fucking childhood.
Yeah, it was.
Well, at least first
Almost to
couple
Marvel.
seasons.
New Indiana Jones 5 details.
Mhm.
Both Steven Spielberg and George Lucas are involved.
Fuck yeah.
And it is Harrison Ford's last time playing the role.
There it is. Thank God. That dude's old. Let him live. Let him fucking live.
Well,
out
hey,
his
listen,
days.
I don't mind. I love that we're getting new Indiana Jones, but what was it, Crystal Skull? They set up Shia LaBeouf to be the best takeover for Indiana Jones, the sequel, and it just never happened.
Well,
So they
it's like-
gotta
that's like-
acknowledge it.
That's like Urza Miller. Like you can't predict someone being
But he
fucking
didn't even
crazy.
do anything bad. He just was an alcoholic.
This is
Like,
fucking
he didn't really do
crazy.
shit.
Was he doing
Yeah, but-
Transformers at that point or no?
No.
This
Okay.
might have been right around the "I'm not famous anymore" breakdown.
Oh, okay.
That was like he didn't get work
might
for a
have probably
minute.
Put a red light on it.
He didn't get work for a
versus-
minute. Then he got casted in Indiana Jones. And he fucking kills that role
Yeah.
as his son.
Okay, you guys ready to get into Marvel
I'm
stuff?
pissed.
There we
Is there
go.
even a
Let's
lot of
do it.
Marvel secret invasions?
It's a good amount.
and-
Okay, with Wakanda, it's at its weakest in Black Panther Wakanda Forever. The world wants to steal their vibranium, and Kevin Feige calls Black Panther Wakanda Forever the biggest thing they've ever done. It's kind of crazy, considering Endgame.
Has
Yeah.
he seen Civil
Doctor
War?
Doom.
Mhm.
That's what I'm thinking, Mike, because like that's what like this movie seems like it's centered around is like the world really wants to take their vibranium. Because now in Black Panther 1, they like open themselves up to the world, and now
Yeah.
the world wants, that stuff.
Okay,
So.
now this is
So-
something we got to remember this really quick though. The same thing with Doctor Strange, because we
Yeah.
have this whole big MCU. We got to remember that this is a sequel to the first Black Panther movie, so they're going
Yes.
to continue somewhat of that story, but obviously with all the other information,
That's been happening. That's a good
yeah,
point.
And real life stuff with Chadwick Boseman and stuff like that. Like,
So I don't know if it was Ryan Coogler, the director of Black Panther, because he's doing the second one, right?
yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
He tweeted or like he did an interview or something, said this is like something that they've never done in MCU history, and it's a movie unlike any other. But I wonder if that's because they lost Chadwick Boseman and they had to rewrite the entire script and all that, or they are doing something crazy.
I
and,
think
like,
it's just going to be super crazy and powerful. I think this will be, I mean, there's a few Marvel movies where I've been close, but I think this will be the first Marvel movie where I'm like sitting there crying my eyes out.
oh, yeah.
I really do think I'll cry.
It's
I
gonna
mean,
be-
like, yeah, I mean, I was
it's gonna
pretty
be
close to
fucking
like,
good.
yeah, I mean, with Endgame and shit like that, like there's some sad moments throughout the MCU. This movie's going to be really sad.
This
I mean,
is
you
gonna
can
be sad because
You
it's
feel from
real.
the trailer. Yeah, from the it's
Like, the
real and it's like
emotions.
it's just going to be powerful. So,
So
Um,
real quick,
yeah,
I don't know
they-
much about Namor, but is he supposed to become a hero?
he's
an
a
anti-hero?
I think he's an anti-hero.
So
Yeah.
like they're not gonna kill him off because
Hopefully not.
they have like comics where he's partnered with like the Inhumans or something like that. I don't know.
I was
if
gonna.
that's
He's
it.
probably gonna team up with like
So
all
he's a
Wakanda
mutant.
against like Doctor Doom or some shit like that.
So I think in the comics he's a mutant. So I hope I hate when Marvel kills their villains. It's like the worst
I
thing
was
ever.
I was gonna say, so like they're all teaming up, all kind of against Doctor Doom. I kind of almost hope that they lose if Doctor Doom does show up to
Yeah.
fucking finally. Doctor Doom could be the villain, just fucking be like, let my nuts hang. Like you can't just fucking kill me off in one movie.
Well, and then
Especially
too,
how dirty they did Christian Bale, dude. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
Let the villains win. I actually felt good when Thanos won at the end of fucking Endgame.
I don't know if I felt good,
Infinity
but
War.
Yeah, shut
Infinity
the
War,
fuck up.
sorry, not good, but woo!
no, it was cool though that
That
he
was
won
cool.
and they
yeah.
lost.
It's a fresh take.
They did show a trailer of Black Panther. It was a lot of Namor in it, and people said it was badass, but it wasn't, released to the public. So I'm sure it's leaked or something out there, but I haven't seen anything. But I heard that was pretty sweet. And then the Ironheart series explores the battle between magic and tech. They said that. Apparently, too, there's some footage out there of it, and it feels like a Ryan Coogler kind of thing, even though I don't think he's really involved, but the feeling's there. So, and he's a really good director. So if the feeling's there, I'm excited for that show.
And Agatha, I think, is gonna be controlling the main villain in that.
Yeah, that'd be
It's
cool.
I think
Fuck
I think
Agatha.
it's gonna tie into Agatha. It was
Agatha's gonna be the
Hello.
villain to Ironheart.
She's like involved, but she's not the main villain.
Yeah, she's gonna be like in the the puppet and like the shadows, like kind of like controlling the main villain. I think is what I.
Yeah, and then it'll be tech versus
Well,
magic.
that's
kind of
like
thing.
that's a huge spoiler. I feel like.
Well, I think that part's just speculation, but that's what people
Yeah,
are leaning.
it's just
towards.
I mean,
speculation.
there you go. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just not gonna be anything fucking remotely close.
She kills Agatha in the end.
Kills Agatha first episode. Yeah, you guys thought.
Ant-Man 3 directly links to Avengers, the Kang Dynasty. Randall Park returns as Jimmy Woo. And the plot is Kang is holding Cassie hostage, that's his daughter, and forces Scott Lang to commit a heist for him in the quantum realm. That's pretty
gonna be cool.
badass.
That could be cool.
That's pretty fucking sweet.
That's
man.
why I love the first movie, the heist aspect of it. I love heist movies, so
I don't know how's MODOK gonna tie into this.
I don't know. He might that might be like the big
Probably
bad
not
in the
in it.
quantum realm that he has to take out. I don't know how it works.
He's confirmed in it.
Yeah. No, they showed him in the trailer thing that they
Really?
that leaked. Yeah.
I want to see how
Wow.
he looks, man.
He probably
Yeah.
looks sick.
Yeah. And then we talked about this earlier. The first poster and trailer has been released for Werewolf by Night. It's releasing October 7th on Disney Plus. Apparently there's rumors that it was going to be, people thought maybe Halloween, like actually Halloween day. That would have been pretty cool.
That'd
Because
be
just
cool.
like a one little thing, it's like a Christmas special, but for Halloween. So
What if we finally get like a Blade teaser, like another
Need
one.
it.
I know.
Need it.
We're not
Should've
gonna
had
I mean,
that.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what werewolves, vampires, and all that shit tie into each other. That's why they're introducing.
So Werewolf by Night ties in with Moon Knight and like those kind of guys, Ghost Rider.
I was gonna say,
Garbage
if anything, if they did it, well, again, and there's the whole thing because Morbius was Sony, sorry, was Sony, and like that would have been like the perfect tie-in is if Morbius could have been MCU and they could have fucking done it right. Then that's when Blade could have popped up and like, because based off, this is all based off the fucking the animated Spider-Man series that I brought up before from like the late 90s. That's what it is. Morbius fucking tries to do what Spider-Man did, but with the bat, and that's how he ends up like that. And the whole time Peter Parker's trying to cure him as Spider-Man, but then Blade fucking shows up, and Blade's trying to kill Morbius, and it's like one of the coolest things ever. And I feel like that would have been sick as hell.
That would have been sweet.
So that's why I
See,
think
that's what you
Blade-
call fan service and good writing, and that's something that
animated,
get.
It's animated. Of course, you can do that animated.
Yeah, well, again, this was in the 90s, so this was pre-fucking Marvel selling everything off. So they were able to do whatever the hell they wanted then. And I thought that was the coolest thing ever. So, like, that's why I think still, though, Blade wouldn't pop up until, like, maybe a Spider-Man related thing, which would be fucking sick.
Actually, speaking of
Spider-Man
animated
movies are
Spider-Man,
so big in their own.
Yeah, fair.
speaking of animated Spider-Man, I think the Spider-Man in the What If series is gonna pop up in Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, I read that. I read that.
I think I
Yeah.
read
Oh, that'd
that,
be
man.
sweet.
Yeah, that would
That
be
would be
sick as
cool.
hell.
I'm telling you, bro. I put money on it that they're gonna tie it into like the actual MCU with like Tom Holland and like Andrew Garfield.
I almost don't know if I want them to, because that first movie, Into the Spider-Verse, is hands down the best fucking thing that Marvel has made in so long. I mean, obviously you can't include Endgame, Infinity War, because that was
all
top tier,
Sony.
perfect building. But yeah, was that wasn't it?
That was all Sony.
It was all Sony.
Well,
Yeah.
that was honestly probably the best thing with Spider-Man we've gotten like
That's the best thing Sony's ever done,
ever, 100%.
at least for Marvel movies.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we got the first trailer for Secret Invasion. I think that's kind of one of the biggest Marvel things that happened at D23.
Yeah. So is that a movie or a show?
Show.
Oh,
Okay.
looks like
I
a
figured-
fucking movie.
I
does.
figured it was a show because of the pacing on it, like just throughout the trailer.
Yeah, and
you could tell
Amelia
it wasn't
Clark's in it
fast
from like
moving.
Game of Thrones and all that
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
So
On ass. It looks like she's like a new Black Widow type character, so that'd be pretty sweet.
Bring me back ScarJo.
All right,
Well, I
you
mean,
can
I'm-
replace her with
man.
Amelia Clark.
no, and like having Sam Jackson be like the main guy and everything, it's gonna be so cool.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
excited for that
I'm
one.
excited for that. I think that's
So that one, what are they saying? They're saying it's like a off-world spy thriller.
Well, they're invading. I mean, like you see that one clip where
Yeah,
what
Scrolls.
is his name? Kratos. What's his the
Talon?
dude? Yeah, no. What's the dude's name from Captain Marvel? Mike, the shapeshifting dude. I saw that
I
movie
watched
once.
Captain
Halos.
Marvel one time and
Yeah,
fucking
yeah, that
forgot
guy.
every
Yeah,
single
so he's
thing about that.
yeah, he's
movie.
in the room, and then like they all change. They're all
Good. Well,
it's
that's
so
why
cool.
that one is supposed to like their whole thing when they first announced it. It's supposed to be like your favorite characters could be a scroll, and
Yeah.
remember everyone was like, "Oh fuck, like what if this?" But it's gonna be some crazy character that like no one thought of. Like it's
Yeah.
probably gonna be
Evil.
like I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna sit in the theater. We're all gonna fucking turn to scrolls.
I'm gonna shape
Like,
shift.
oh,
Hello.
the movie just stops in the show and he just looks you dead in the eye. It's like, what if you're a scroll?
That's
Like,
probably, we'll
look,
probably do some
And the
dumb
Marvel
shit like that.
MCU just takes over the fucking world.
Fucking look
Everyone
over at
turns into
Josh.
aliens.
Josh turns into a lizard person and then fucking switches right back.
There's
I do like
new-
half my face, Brian. So you start tweaking out.
Just a
I'm like, what are
glimpse
you
of it?
talking about?
Like,
Yeah.
Whoa!
What's happening?
There's new
Fun.
Armor Wars posters.
Who are you?
Don Cheadle says Armor Wars starts filming next year and takes place right after Secret Invasion. So we saw him in the trailer too. Don Cheadle's in it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
They're gonna
so
tie,
I
they're
didn't
gonna
know.
tie in a little bit.
Yeah, it leads right into it, right into his show. So that's kind of cool. I didn't even know he's gonna be in Secret Invasion. So, Ki-Hugh Quinn, I butchered the name, has been casted for Loki season 2 as a TVA agent. He's the dude from Everything Everywhere All at Once. Yep, the movie
Go.
we just talked about. Yeah, so he'll kill it in that role.
Him and I hope they have Owen Wilson back.
Yeah,
They
they
do.
are.
haven't
They
really-
got
They
it,
do.
right?
Because
Yeah,
those
okay.
two, but those two, their
There's set
chemistry together is
photos.
probably gonna be sweet as fuck. And
Yeah.
then Tom Hiddleston, that's gonna
Yeah.
be a
Well,
good.
they
good
don't know
three
who Loki
characters.
is. In the TVA, I think I read something like that.
Yeah, that's how it
so
is. But then,
shitty.
I mean, eventually he's probably gonna
Give
like
me back the real Owen
remind him.
Wilson.
Yeah,
Vincent
that's such a good
D'Onofrio.
ass show. I gotta rewatch it.
Yeah, I'm rewatching it too.
Fuck.
I'm gonna right before the new season drops. Vincent D'Onofrio officially returns as Kingpin in Echo, and he'll have a band-aid. He'll have a bandage over his eye where he got shot. So, will you guys watch it for him?
I'll
No.
watch Echo.
No, I'll let
Echo?
you guys watch it for me.
I'm gonna
But
watch.
that's just like, but I feel like Echo's just like Miss Marvel. Like it's just gonna be a new story to tell, and it's just gonna like introduce like the cameos are gonna be better than the actual show itself.
Yeah, because she's tied in with
lame as shit.
she's tied in with
Yeah, and that's what
Kingpin
they're kinda
and
doing.
Daredevil so much that like.
Yeah, but people, you can't get those two and not get Spider-Man, and that's what kind of just kills it.
Well, they wanted Spider-Man to be in She-Hulk apparently, but Sony said no. So I don't
They
know.
won't ever let him go to like a TV show.
Yeah.
Well, apparently Daredevil and like Spider-Man are gonna team up on like the street level, is what Kevin Feige said over
Yeah.
the next like 5-something years.
Okay. So here's this. Matt Schickman is officially directing Fantastic Four, and no casting news was announced today. So yeah.
All right, guys, I got something to tell you. I'm Reed Richards. I got casted as Reed Richards.
Guys,
That's why you
Justice Sue
shaved.
Storm.
Storm. Okay, this one.
Brian's The Rock.
The Thing.
The Rock. Fucking thing.
Dude, you're an idiot.
A lot of people
I
say I
am,
look
man.
like Dwayne.
I got 5 hours of sleep, man. I'm fucking beat. I'm
Aiden's on his
off my
second day
meds
of the
today.
job.
Damn, boy just started working. Now
Yeah.
he's beat.
I am. I got beat off at work today.
Beating is me. That's all
Yo.
beat.
Yo, they hiring?
Daredevil Born Again starts filming next year, and it will have 18 episodes. Also appears to be a soft reboot, not a continuation.
Yeah, get the
New
fuck
stuff.
out
That
of
pisses
Yeah.
me
here.
off.
I think Disney's
That's
about to
shitty.
fuck this up
Isn't
so
that dumb?
bad.
I think it's gonna be raunchy as shit. There's gonna be like no good action scenes. I feel like, and that was the best thing about
Yep.
Marvel's Daredevil on
I
Netflix.
always think
is
of that
it was gory
hallway
as shit.
scene, dude.
He's covered
at
in
the,
blood,
at
man.
the
Yeah.
end of season 1,
Yeah.
bro, where he just beats the absolute shit out of
It
everyone.
goes
in that
on for
hallway.
15 minutes.
Yeah, and then he because he
Yeah.
literally clears what is it 2 floors or 3 floors?
Like 3.
I gotta rewatch Daredevil, man.
Man, dude,
3
that shit
floors.
was badass.
And you think it's over, and then it just keeps going.
Yeah.
More guys just come out. God, dude.
I think they said it's gonna be in the same taste, but it's still not gonna be as good.
No, dude,
No,
they already
it's gonna
talked
be
about
Disney-fied.
we're gonna see the feelings that Daredevil has.
So I want to add my 2 cents. Like when I sent that video on Instagram of what's the actor's name?
Charlie
Charlie
Cox.
Cox.
Yeah.
Charlie Cox.
Charlie Cox.
Yes,
he
Charlie Cox.
he would like he was going like people asked him, how do you feel like about Disney taking over Daredevil? Like he doesn't give a fuck.
He's just happy to be
He
back.
just care about their
Yeah.
money, dude. He's like, yeah, you know, it's gonna be
MCU
actually really
bag.
good, man. Like of course he's gonna make people watch it because he's
Yeah.
in his bag.
Yeah.
I'd be saying the same thing. I'd be like, guys, you don't even. I'd grab the camera. I'd be like, you don't even know what you're getting into.
You
It's gonna be
can't.
insane.
Season
Holy
2?
fuck.
You thought
It's like,
one
I'm
was going to be
link it.
crazy? Wait
Yeah.
till this gets renewed. My
Wait till
Wait till
contract
season
goes up.
5.
Wait till season 18. We're in space.
But why 18 episodes? Why not continue it? It doesn't make sense to me at all. Really
Because that
doesn't.
means that it's just gonna be cliffhanger after cliffhanger after cliffhanger. And
It-
then we're
it
finally gonna
pisses me
get something
off.
episode 16, 17, 18.
He's gonna
Yeah.
get the
That's
yellow
Disney
suit and it's
for you.
gonna end.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to judge it before it's out, but that, like, I love the Daredevil show on
Disney,
Netflix.
I know you're listening right now. Please don't fuck this up because I will kill
Hey,
myself.
Hey, I'm telling you, don't be surprised if Spider-Man shows up. Honestly,
Hey.
I hope so.
I will be very surprised because that shit's not gonna happen.
Tim Blake Nelson will
Dude,
return as the leader for
such
Captain America:
scumbags.
New World Order, and he's the main villain.
That's
Isn't
gonna
that
be sick.
insane?
I'm excited for that. That's actually one of the coolest things that they announced.
I can't believe he's back. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
cool.
Wait,
That's-
who's it? Missed that?
Tim Blake Nelson. He was at the very end of the
Incredible Hulk.
Incredible Hulk.
the guy that looked like the Goonie.
Scientist.
Whoa,
Yeah, so he's gonna be the
fuck.
leader, have the giant head.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Wasn't he? He
I'm
was
ki-
cut and he.
yeah, and the
what's his
blood
name?
was
blood dripped
falling
on
on him. Yeah,
Yeah.
Bruce Banner's. Yeah,
I'm
No,
curious
he's
to see
what
what
is
he
his
looks
character?
like.
The leader.
yeah, the
Yeah.
leader.
Yeah, he's like like a regular
Big ass
sized guy with
head.
a big ass fucking head.
Yeah, it's gonna be so
That's gonna
sweet.
sick.
I'm like I said, I'm curious to see what he looks like and
Dude.
how Disney makes him look.
I
Kind
Yeah.
of
can't
reminds me anything when I saw that guy like the leader. I think of the fucking Green Lantern's villain.
Yeah,
Megamind.
Nah.
Remember that? Is
yeah.
that the guy that played him?
No,
even- Is it Megamind the DreamWorks movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not Mega Man. I'm talking about Green Lantern. I'm talking about the Green Lantern
Yeah.
villain.
I was gonna say
It's
though,
not the
Monsters
same-
vs. Aliens.
That's not the same actor, right?
No, it's not.
No, it's not. It's
Oh.
It's
not.
not.
I haven't seen
Um,
cutting
Green
into
Lantern
the
in fucking
territory
years.
now where they're introducing all these superheroes, and the only reason I have little knowledge is because of the fucking Marvel Ultimate Alliance game that just had every character in it, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, I remember that from when I was like 6 years old. That's all I got on them.
Too bad they didn't have Ned in there.
Yeah, for real.
The Marvels is about 3 heroes teleporting and trading places with each other every time they use their powers.
So,
They have to team up to fix their problem.
how does it even like?
That'll be
How did?
stupid.
How come that didn't happen during Endgame or Infinity War? When
That's dumb.
It's something new. Well, so like
Captain
that's
Marvel,
why
gonna be dumb
they're
as
that's
fuck.
That's like a new pitch to their story.
It's
like,
'cause-
that's
I don't
why at the
know.
end of Miss Marvel they swapped, right, Mike?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's because
So-
Camilla and Monica Rambeau.
man.
That's post Endgame.
I must
Yeah,
have missed
so
that whole
apparently
season.
Miss Marvel will teleport to the moon
too.
because that's where, or space station or something like that, because that's where Monica is. I don't know. It's interesting.
Miss Marvel to the moon.
Captain Marvel's still on. Is back on
Doge to the
Earth.
moon.
We got a confirmed lineup for Thunderbolts. It's Yelena, Bucky, Red Guardian, U.S. Agent, Ghost, Taskmaster, and Valentina.
Bucky and Taskmaster. The only
Florence
two.
Pugh can get that shit any
Sweet.
day, any second, any minute.
Half the team is like from Black Widow. I don't know. I don't know what I was
literally
expecting.
Black Widow and Friends. That's what.
Oh, they were all in Black Widow.
Like
Must
half
have
of
missed
these
that
people
one.
were. Yeah. I don't.
Hey, I
I
know
don't
that
know.
movie.
Oh, you're cool, Brian. You didn't watch Black Widow.
Why? Why didn't you watch Black Widow? Because it was a feminist lead role.
No, my friend Josh said it was not worth my time.
Whoa.
Wow.
I like that movie. It's pretty good.
And then Mike had to text me right before when I was watching Hawkeye and be like, "Hey, before you finish, watch the end credit scene." And that's it. And I was like, "All right, thanks, Mike." Never needed to watch that movie.
Well, now you'll
That's
have
fair.
to.
That's fair.
Nah, I'm good.
Black Widow
And
was a
then,
good movie. I don't know.
and like we said earlier, there's no Phase 6 announcements, but there's heavy rumors that the Black Panther director Ryan Coogler will be directing Secret Wars. That'd be
No
pretty
way.
cool. That'd be pretty cool. If they can't get the Russo brothers to do it, I'd want him to do it. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but
I mean,
I
dude,
say
that's-
give
I wouldn't
someone
be.
else
I wouldn't
it.
be opposed.
Russo brothers kind of mid, to be honest.
well, the Shang-Chi director's
Yeah, what if
doing,
they put out that's good?
Hey, if Russo Brothers walked in your door right now, you'd be on your hands and knees, buddy.
Brian would be barking.
Oh, you wouldn't be praying, buddy.
What do you need? You want me a bark?
You'd be gagging. Yeah. But no, I mean, I enjoy when they give it to new people. But I mean, if someone's good at something, I mean, how do you even have a screen test with a director? That's got to be like the hardest thing ever.
yeah, but they've worked with him twice now for 2
Yeah, I
different
know,
movies.
but
Yeah.
like that's true. But then if you see another guy, like, oh, it would be obviously someone with a established.
What if the Russo brothers are scrolls?
Oh, whoa!
That'd be cool. That'd be something.
They
I
had
feel
They
like only
are in
one
the
of them
MCU.
should
They
be.
are canon.
I'm telling you right now, though, one of those Avenger movies are gonna get pushed back and delayed.
Oh, without a
good.
doubt.
It should.
Probably both.
Again, we already talked about this after Comic-Con. They need to slow their roll. And
Yeah,
I'm,
take
glad,
your
I'm glad
time.
we didn't get all these announcements because then, like, I feel like they'd be,
Well, we should have got
pressured
some
beyond.
casting announcements or something.
Nah, I'm good on that. Because you're right. Phase 6 is like what, 2 years out?
So let me ask you
years
guys this:
out.
do you think we're not going to get anything mutant related until after Secret Wars? Because I feel like that's kind of a big miss.
Well, I
Well,
mean, we
isn't
already got Miss
there-
Marvel.
We'll get
It's-
something before.
Isn't there
No,
like a whole thing right now about like how they can't say shit because of like the Fox?
That's
deal?
the so that's the if
So
no one
like
knows
there's a whole legality thing.
yeah. So apparently the rumor is that Fox had all their A-list actors sign contracts affirming that they need to they can't cast anyone to be replaced for them, right, Brian, for their characters until,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
2025 or 2026 or
Mhm.
something like that. That's not confirmed, but
Which is
people
why we
think that.
saw a mutant, but it was only what's his name? Professor X. Why am I blanking on his real name?
Wow.
Oh God, Patrick Stewart.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, but yes, like that would make sense that we got him, and then I mean it'd be really cool somehow if like if we did see a mutant and it was just Hugh Jackman for like a quick second reprising
Well,
his
our
role.
first mutant in the MCU is Miss Marvel, so
Yeah.
Bro, the second I see
True.
Hugh Jackman in the fucking MCU, I will literally come in my fucking pants.
Dude, all I ever wanted was a
Like the screen.
fucking. All I ever wanted
Go
with him was a
Hugh.
fucking Deadpool movie with him and Ryan Reynolds. Like Jesus Christ,
Still
would
have
have
him.
been so fire. No, dude, Hugh Jackman is already like he gave up that role fucking what, like 6 years ago now?
It's been a while.
Like he's done.
Hey, what a great way to go out, man.
Yeah,
Like
Logan
he
was
should.
the
I'm sure
shit.
that he does not want to come back.
No,
What
I
if,
mean,
no,
I
what if
don't
Marvel?
that
Hey,
bad.
what if Marvel said, "Hey, here's $80 fucking million.
Here's
Come show up for
180 million.
But
Yeah,
he
dude.
said so many times how cool it'd be to be in an Avengers movie.
Oh yeah, but I mean,
So-
if it.
Yeah, but also I got to.
By the time we get that shit, it's gonna be fucking 2050. He's gonna be fucking 80
see,
years old.
that's the thing. I feel like when he says Avenger movies, he probably means like Chris Evans, RDJ, like all these people around his fucking age.
He should
Now
just
he's
show
gonna
up.
he's gonna show up with a fucking 25-year-old Tom
But
Holland.
Brian,
like,
if they did,
no.
if they did
CGI
Secret
anything.
Wars, if they did Secret Wars, they can have RDJ back as Iron Man from a different universe than him, and you know what I mean? Like they can do that. That's why I
Yeah,
don't get
But
why they
again,
wouldn't.
the thing.
that's not
Bro.
what he wanted, dude. He wanted in those first 20 when they were fucking pushing out
Realistically,
like the OG shit now.
Hey, if I was the richest man in the world, could I pay Marvel to be like not even a cameo? Just put me in like the most like the biggest scene in the fucking Avengers movie. I'll just show up like fucking
Thanos
wave
is
to the
like
screen,
they're
and
like fighting
fucking
Thanos, and it's just you in the back of the thing of
Yeah,
popcorn.
it's literally just a CGI guy like just, eating, just fucking and everyone just fucking pans off. And shit.
Bezos
Thunder's
is
the
going to be in
Watcher.
an episode of The Boys.
Should.
I hope they fucking blow him up in true The Voice fashion.
Oh, he's gonna be in Rings of Power. He's gonna be the spaceship in the air.
He's gonna fucking turn into a robot.
the first bald man in
He's already
Amazon.
working on his mech
yeah,
suit. He looks like Lex Luthor already, bro.
Middle
No, but yeah, that's all the D23 news. Like we said earlier, we were hoping for a little bit more, but I mean, I'm not really too upset with what we got. We got a lot of stuff. For what it was. I mean, I was expecting more, but yeah, we'll talk about Game of Thrones, or not Game of Thrones, House of Dragons, Ring of Power, and She-Hulk and everything next week. But yeah, let's get into the breaking review. Okay, let's talk breaking. When Marine veteran Brian Brown Easley is denied support from Veteran Affairs, also known as VA, financial desperate and running out of options, he takes a bank and several of its employees hostage, setting the stage for a tense confrontation with the police. And this is based on a true story. The Rotten Tomatoes score on this is an 81% from critics and an 83% from audiences. What'd you just think?
Fuck the VA. That's what I
Yeah,
think.
literally, that's the basis of this entire story. I mean,
Did you guys know before we saw it that it was based on a true story? Because I didn't even know that.
I did.
I mean,
Okay.
I literally, when I said because we went on National Cinema Day, I mean, it was between this movie and The Invitation. So you know, we obviously decided on this one because we saw the trailer for it, and John Boyega was the main character. You know, he portrayed the role very well. It just looked more interesting than the Invitation.
Yeah.
Keep getting that one and the chef mixed up, or cook, that other movie that's coming out.
The Menu,
Yeah, The Menu. There you go.
that looks good.
Yeah,
I seen the
that'll be a
trailer
good
for that.
watch.
Actually.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be sweet.
That looks sweet. No, he
Yeah.
gave me John Boyega gave me like Denzel Washington vibes. Is that how you guys felt?
I think
literally-
there was
That's a
more.
good way to describe him.
I
Yeah.
think out of all of his movies, like I mean, most recent ones, I think that's his more serious role. I mean, I know that he was in oh shit, I'm gonna have to look it up. Should have
Star
done my
Wars?
research. No, not Star Wars. He was in a few other films.
But to answer your question, Josh, honestly, like I didn't know that it was based off a true story. But nowadays, stuff like that honestly doesn't surprise me. And I figured like halfway through there, it probably was based off a true story.
They
Yeah.
did a real.
He was in
did a-
Detroit. That's what I was looking for.
That's a good movie too.
Yep.
He did a really good job of like. You could tell there was. I mean, they kind of like brief it with like the, oh, are you off your meds? Like you can. He did a really good job of portraying like someone with a mental health problem, like
Yeah.
Like the episodes where he gets really pissed off. and
pissed
really-
off. Yeah, and then he's
pissed
like,
off.
"Oh, I'm sorry, like
Yeah.
no, that he did a really good job of that, and it made it feel. I leaned over to Josh just once and was like, "Do you think this would be more scary than someone like constantly losing their mind, or less?" Because I was like, that's kind of creepy for someone that's like, "Oh no, like I'm not gonna hurt you, and then lash out and blow up real quick." Like I don't know, I feel like that'd be maybe a little bit scarier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, just going from like the story, I mean, I really had no background knowledge on this one. I don't even think I've ever heard about this happening in the news and all that. Do we know what year that took place?
17, I think.
2017 or 18?
2017. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's crazy that it's a true story. I mean, throughout the entire film, like, it's obviously fucked up what happened. The fact that we all knew he had a fake bomb. I mean, I assumed it from the start.
Yeah.
Like, because he didn't have any background with that. Yeah, he had military background, but they just said he was a Marine, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, you don't know if he was like on the bomb squad or dealt with explosives and shit like that. So they didn't hint that background at all. So you would be like, oh, he really does have a bomb. But it was all like obviously just a plea to, bring light into the situation that he was in, and situation that all veterans like face, nowadays, with everyone, just
It's
the
bad.
homelessness rate being as high as it is.
And the craziest part though, $892 fucking dollars.
Yeah,
I
I
know.
know.
He didn't
That's
want
what-
he didn't want a single cent from the fucking bank. He didn't want thousands of dollars. He just
He
wanted
want-
$892.
But then
From the
it's
VA.
like, dude, it's really hard because, like, if I'm being dead honest, like, yeah, he was mentally ill and he was off of his meds. If they even said that he was, I mean, his ex-wife mentions it,
Yeah.
but like, dude, there's so many other ways to go about the situation that he did than to hold up a bank.
I think he
and-
did though. He mentions that he called the numbers. I spoke to the people. He put in the effort, and this was like his. I mean, if you're a little deranged, his way to really. He said, "I want CNN. I want Fox News." I
Yeah,
want
well,
it
that
up."
was the whole thing. He just wanted to make a big enough scene to where everyone would show up.
Yeah, he wanted to kind of show like what the VA does to people. I think.
Yeah. And I
I
mean,
think
which is
that's
good.
a-
I mean, it definitely brought it to light, but then at the end of the movie, it still mentions that his family still wasn't compensated for, the $892 that he was
Yeah.
owed.
VA.
Yeah. So, I mean, it just sucks. Like, and it really sucks, like, about what happened, which we'll get into in a little bit here. Our theater experience, but, just the fact that, he was being complacent. He was complying with everything that what's the character's name? The negotiations officer.
Eli Bernard.
Yeah.
Bernard, yeah.
Yep. So he was being complacent with him, yet he's still his biggest fear was dying. He's like, I don't want to die.
Yep.
Yeah.
And spoiler alert.
Yeah, and the actor that
gets
plays him
sniped.
is Michael Kenneth Williams,
Yeah,
and he was just
great
in that
actor.
Gone Baby
He was
Gone movie that we
good.
just
Yep.
watched. Yeah, him and John Boyega like killed it. They did so good. So
That's
But
the
yeah,
thing. I
yes.
remember watching the trailer and I was like, damn, when does he show up? And
Yeah.
then finally he starts rolling up. Like,
yeah, because we got like
midway
halfway
towards the
through it
movie.
before he got
Yeah,
there.
it was a decent amount of time.
Yeah,
Then he
Eh,
showed up. I'm like, damn, it's
What
about to get good.
the
now.
whole thing is annoying about is you can tell like you could just tell right off the bat that guy's good at his job. He's the negotiator. He's supposed to build up these these friendships and this
Yeah.
trust, and you got basically the other side of the police force working against him, like this tactical team that's just like ready to take a shot as soon as they can, like regardless of
Yeah.
They didn't even
what.
get the order and they still took it.
Yeah,
And that's the thing is like, yeah, I mean, it makes sense because what if he actually did have a bomb? Which, I mean, they obviously didn't know until after, but the negotiator knew. He's like, this guy is like harmless. Like and even his ex-wife said he wouldn't hurt a fly.
yeah.
And then they still go. And that's when that was like, it's like two sides of the story, where he's going, he's like, we're going to get him out. Yeah. His like, his notion or, his tactic in order to get the world to know what he was going for, obviously going against the VA. He understood that, and he's like, yeah, you're still gonna do time, like, and that's what the negotiator was saying, like, we're gonna get them out, get these two hostages, if you could call them that, home safe, but he's gonna serve time and he's not gonna die, but yet
Yeah.
they still, the SWAT teams or whatever, still take the shot, before he can even get out of there and do everything that he was saying.
did you guys think he actually had a bomb at any point?
No.
I didn't
No.
either.
No.
Did you?
I mean, they asked him what he had. He said, some text. And then they went to his
Yeah.
apartment and nothing. There's no bomb making shit there. Or any proof that he would have a bomb. I know they have to take that serious, like a serious threat that he's
Well,
saying that he has one. But
Yeah,
Did you
which I
guys-
understand? I mean, they did do their job, but I mean, if he
Yeah.
was willing to like lay down on all fours right outside the door, like,
and they're literally about to do a trade off for the
Yeah.
hostages. So
yeah.
for a
So, I
pack
mean,
of Newports.
I kind of
Yeah.
missed that part. That was like right when we were getting into that
Yeah.
we were going through. I remember him getting the Newports and then coming back, and then something went up to the door and like scared the lady where she pissed herself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Remember
didn't
that
catch
part?
that
What was
either.
that? I don't
I don't
remember.
know. I didn't catch it.
That's what I
We
kind
were-
of blacked.
I think
Yeah.
that was him that scared her.
But I don't know what happened. That's like one blur, like blind spot of the movie that I didn't catch.
Like he just had an episode where he got really pissed off on the phone. I
Really?
think with the negotiator. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know. I
Did
think.
you-
Oh, go on, Andrew. You go.
So I don't want to interrupt your thought. Go fire off.
No, you're good. I was just
All
gonna
right.
say, I think Aiden, that's a pretty big miss for you in a sense of like the whole point of the movie and like getting to the point like in the bank was that like he exhausted every other option. And I think like for
Yeah.
him, like he thought in his own head, whatever like it was, obviously off his meds, like that this was his last option. Like he had no other choice.
I have
Yeah.
to be
And-
heard and seen.
Yeah, and I think that's
Yeah.
the biggest thing that like he tried to get across pretty much.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like when they did show that scene where they were like, "Go wait in that line," did he not wait in that line? Because they kind of cuts out when he looks at the line, and then he goes back, and then he's getting body slammed on the floor.
Yeah.
So I don't know if maybe he did go in and he did wait in the line, and then they told him no again.
Yeah, we don't really
and
know.
then yeah, that was kind
But
of.
I think they're implying that he got told no and that he would.
Yeah.
But we
Yeah,
do
and they-
figure out that it
Which
is
makes
the VA's
sense.
fault, right?
Yeah,
Which
even
is
the
the
lady
fucked
that
up
worked for
part.
the VA,
Okay.
Yeah.
she was with the newscaster that he originally called, the producer.
Yeah.
And they were going through the books, obviously getting the story, building on the story that they had. And she was saying, yeah, the VA, like it's their fault. And she's like, why didn't they fix it? She's like, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, then
Which is
too, throughout the whole
horrible.
movie, he feels like, I mean, before he robs the bank, or is having them hostage, he feels like he's being ignored. And then once has the bank held hostage, he still feels like he's being ignored because they're stalling for time. And he feels like even though all this shit he's doing, he still can't get the attention he deserves and feels
Yeah.
like he needs. So
That's what
I think
blows
that was
my
building
mind.
up too.
That's what blows my mind. Like, regardless, like you can't fake a transaction from the VA for $892 to a mentally ill person just to get 2 hostages out of there and eventually like fix things
With
after that.
how much like red tape and bullshit there is with government, I was thinking that too. I'm like, honestly, the amount of people you probably have to go through to just get
Oh,
that
yeah,
little
100%.
pathetic amount of money is absurd, and it should not be that way. Like you said, Mike, like they should be able to call a number and be like, hey, you got a VA member who's robbing a bank with a bomb. Can we just get $800 in his account? So I don't know, he doesn't blow up the block
And kill 2
instead of
fucking
just
people.
yeah, like, oh, we need an approval from this. We're gonna need him to sign something. It's like, no, he's gonna blow up the bank. He's gonna blow up the fucking bank.
Like how is
Like,
that not
how
the first
far, How
option?
far is the
though?
radius of that bomb? And he's like, it'll level this place or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
He said it'll
Level the
block.
room.
Yeah,
level the
he
room.
said.
But,
It just blows my mind. Like in real life, based off
agree.
a true story, you can't like just have like a fake transaction to his
Yep.
account. Like
Well,
that
that's-
should be the first line of defense. Honestly,
that's what the girl was trying to do at first. Like, just the bank manager just
Well,
get
yeah,
the
she's
money
trying
into
to
his
give the
account.
money, and then like I even went over to Mike. I'm like, dude, I would have Venmo this guy like $1,000. Like,
yeah.
But
Obviously,
that
that
was
was his
he
whole
wants
notion
it
is that
from
he
the
didn't want-
VA.
yeah, he wanted
Yeah.
it from the VA directly.
Which makes it even more innocent and more fucked up.
Yeah, no.
Honestly.
Well, did you guys think it was for a lot of money, like originally when he was holding up the bank?
No.
I mean, you assume so.
I
Like,
hoped it
I
was
think
more
I
than
thought-
that.
I thought it was like 1,500 to $2,000. I thought it would be kind of low.
I thought it was gonna be like maybe $100,000. But
Really?
I don't know. I have no.
I
background
figured like
knowledge on
20
that.
grand, like more than $800.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the amount of
Um,
people that chuckled when they said when he said the number he's expecting, it's like, wow.
Yeah,
That's one thing about the movie too. They definitely had a couple good, really comedic breaks in it to
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
the seriousness. I think they did a really good job of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it sucks for the family that's watching it, and they just see like, the couple quick quips.
Yeah.
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 But I mean, like, I'm sure it probably got passed by them before that. And if it
I
didn't, that's
imagine.
fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys think like halfway into the movie when they're kind of setting things up, did you spoiler if you're listening, he does die. If we didn't already say that, did
I
you
already
guys think?
mentioned it.
Yeah, I don't remember. Did you guys ever think that he was going to survive?
I mean, I
Uh,
did.
I didn't
Like I
think he
said, I
was.
didn't have any background knowledge on it, so I had no idea, like, the outcome. But I mean, when they had that sniper shot and like even that final scene when they do have the shot on him, like, and he was willing to comply with everything that they were telling him to
You
do,
knew he was going to get.
and then that's why they were like two different frequencies that they were on, or channels, I guess you could say. Like those guys were saying, hey, get these guys out of here, kill this guy, let's go, get on with our day. And then the other guy's like, you're my friend, I promise you won't die. The
Which is
negotiator.
crazy. Why did they
And I
not
think
communicate?
I think that conflict on the outside with the different departments was kind of foreshadowing that he wasn't going to survive. And
Yeah.
obviously, like as a viewer, you want to see him survive. And you're like, oh,
Absolutely.
like you're clinging on to the good stuff. Like, oh, like the negotiator, he's doing really good with them. They're making good progress. Like one hostage is gone, and then obviously that conflict between the departments pretty much kind of foreshadowed for me that like he wasn't.
It did a really good job too of making me feel that internal conflict. Like, oh,
Mhm.
like you want him to survive, but at the same time, you do have to put yourself in the perspective of like, if you were in that bank,
What
you'd
if he
want
has
that
money?
motherfucker gone
Yeah.
like that. Like you wouldn't want it. Like if you're one of those ladies that has kids, you don't want to wait for the negotiation. You want this fucker dead. You want to get out of the
that's
bank.
exactly. And I feel like they did a nice job portraying that too. Like, because you could tell by that one lady, she's like, she's on the phone with the police office
Yeah.
like the entire time, the department, and she's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, what the fuck was that?
TV, and you didn't even tell us. Like, you got to tell us everything you're doing. Obviously, they know that they're not in harm. Like, yeah, he has a bomb, which is harm, but like he's not hitting them, he's not shooting them, he's not
Yeah.
tying them up, he's not doing anything like that. Like he's letting them charge their phone and talk to their whoever they want. Like,
So I'm not gonna lie, I didn't see anything, any trailers like before this. I kind of went in like blind in a sense of like
Yeah.
not knowing anything about the movie. And for a second, there was a couple of scenes between the two ladies in there and him obviously that I thought like they were like really like sympathizing towards him, and I thought they were almost gonna convince him and like take another twist in the story. Like they get past the bank, but like now like maybe like after like years down the line, something like that. I was questioning something like that happening actually.
Yeah.
yeah.
But again, it's probably better that the whole movie was in the bank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I just
And-
thought it was crazy that one part, even when the manager lady, she was there, she's like, you guys have this place surrounded, yet letting people come knock on the door. Like
I couldn't believe that.
Yeah.
And even that just goes to show you like how, I mean, maybe even that city alone's never dealt with something like that. Like imagine if something like that were to happen in Allen Park. Like, do you think that our force would like know what to do? at that
Absolutely
point?
not.
Yeah, exactly. So
I think the whole point of that was to show how uncoordinated they were. I mean, that's why
Yeah.
like obviously the sniper goes off at the end, right?
yeah.
And then two, throughout the movie, Bernard's like, why the hell is this going on? Why is this happening? Why,
Mhm.
they all, like Mike said, like all four of them were completely out of sync. They had no clue what the other ones were doing. So,
Yeah.
and I think that really showed it because I was like, how the hell does a coworker get past everyone and get to the doors like that and try to get in
Yeah,
there?
exactly.
Yeah.
So,
Fucked up, man. Honestly, really fucked up.
It makes it
curi-
even worse. The
I'm
fact
curious
that
to
he
see,
didn't
like-
get compensated. Sorry.
No, you're fine. I'm just like I said, I'm curious to see like what the family has to say like now that they're still not compensated and like just about the movie, honestly.
Yeah,
I
well,
hope
mean,
this brings this movie, the people that see it. I mean, I don't know basically anything about the VA other than what it is, and I just imagine because it's government run that it's inefficient and horrible. But
yeah,
man, I
duh.
mean,
Yeah.
I hope this brings some attention because the people that have fought and died and put in effort to, provide freedoms for a lot of the people here, they need to be valued.
yeah, like how do veterans feel after watching this?
Yeah, that's my point.
Yeah.
Like, regardless of what your stance on everything is, like, I would just hope that we're providing for people that did what they did.
Yeah.
That's a good thing about like true stories, like especially this one. Like people can watch this and relate to it.
Yeah, I
Obviously
can't.
we can't relate because we don't have, but like you said, a veteran of any different branch can view this and they'll be like,
Yeah.
yeah, fuck the VA.
Yeah.
But then they got people like us who have no background on it, still fuck the VA.
Fuck the VA. Yeah, that's my
Yeah, because I mean,
That's
it
the
just
thing.
shows you another person's struggle that you've never had to,
think about.
go through. Yeah.
And it's easy for us, obviously, to like say like, oh, fuck the VA, when we have absolutely like no idea. I could tell you right now, like I probably never even heard of like the VA before this movie. I'm sure I have.
I don't
but,
think
like,
I really had heard of it too much. I mean, it
I'd
makes
heard
sense
of
that it
it.
exists, but
But regardless, like I wouldn't put it past like just things nowadays going on, like something like that happening like with the government and just something.
Oh,
like
I mean, but that's one thing that's one instance that we saw. That shit happens
Yeah,
probably 100 times a day.
I mean, you saw
so-
the line of people, so imagine,
5,000.
and that's one area. Like, imagine all
One
the
branch.
people around this country that
yeah,
I don't know.
fucked.
That's shitty.
yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, all in all, it was a great movie. You know,
You want
I
to give your
enjoyed it
score
from start
first,
to
Aiden?
finish. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I didn't have any background on the situation of the story that was going on. It was kind of just like a split-second decision to go see that movie on
Mhm.
Saturday. But I mean, I enjoyed it. You know, it obviously tells a great story. Sucks the outcome of it, but I mean, it is good to shine light on the situations at hand with the VA and all that bullshit that people have to go through. Because I mean, I guess one thing I can relate to is financial aid at
Yeah,
in
going
college.
through bullshit with
Yeah.
government
Yeah,
agencies.
literally anything that I've had, I just know that it's a pain in the ass. So I mean, it sucks. Like I said, I mean, sucks to see that he was mentally ill and like that was the idea that he had that was going to change it all. But I mean, it still really didn't change anything. It just kind
No.
of shines light onto the fact. But I mean, all in all, I would give this movie probably, I'd say about a 86. Give it an 86. Solid watch. I definitely wouldn't
Good
rewatch
rating.
it. It's kind of just like, it's like watching a documentary. It's a story I've got no background knowledge on, and I enjoyed it.
So I got a question for you guys before we give some more scores. What do you think would have been the outcome if he would have survived? What kind of punishment would you think he would have got?
Who do you go to jail?
But,
For
like,
sure,
for-
jail. Maybe could have
Probably-
pleaded insanity, and
Yeah.
I don't know how that works.
But then they would have understood that he didn't have a bomb. So his
Yeah.
sentence would probably
Yeah.
be reduced.
Yep.
So I mean, that's the smart outcome.
Would
I
have
wish that I was
served-
hoping he was going to go to jail.
Yeah, me too. I did not know how. The only reason I knew this was a true story is the trailer. Like the first 10
Yeah,
seconds,
it says
is
it
like
right
this
there.
is based on a
a
true story. Other than that, I did not know this happened.
Yeah.
But,
Okay. Yeah, I thought I think I would have hoped at least he would have done life in prison, but definitely probably upwards of 10 years. I would
10
say.
years. Yeah.
Well, I'll piggyback off Aiden, because I have the same score. I'm gonna go 86 out of 100 for Breaking. I thought it was a really good movie, honestly. And like Aiden said, it shines light on something that's sort of super dark and needs to be shined on. And obviously, I hope at least that for some people that like it may spark like a passion, like maybe go on like line and look up Veterans Affairs and maybe do some donations of some sort, or
Fuck,
just
don't donate to the government.
not.
I know, I'm
just
just
saying-
messing with you.
Yeah, but just
No, starting like a project or even
Agreed. Something to reform it.
a non-benefit.
Yeah, but yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I think the pacing was really good, and I guess like for me, the expectations weren't super high just because I haven't seen any trailers or anything leading up into it. But in all honesty, I was pretty pleasantly surprised with just like the overall movie, and I enjoyed it. So 86 out of 100.
I'll follow up here. Josh, you can go last and
Okay.
then lead us into our story that we'll have to talk about our experience at the theater.
I'll just set
which
the
is-
scene.
Yeah, set the scene after. But I liked this movie. I only watched the one trailer, and honestly, I don't even know if I finished the trailer. I watched a little bit of it, and I was just like, all right, let's go see this. Like, this looks good. We were going to see a movie on National Cinema Day. We have to. This kept me
We are a movie
entertained.
podcast.
We are. It was serious. It had its little comedic moments. But the ending was, I mean, that was sad. We forgot to mention the part where he puts, I don't know if you guys saw, but he puts a cigarette and a cross up next to his
Mhm.
Marine picture. And I'm just
And-
like, damn, like that hit, like that hurt, seeing that, like, because he knew, like, I mean, if that's that guy's job and he's a negotiator, I imagine he has to deal with that pretty frequently. So for someone to have that kind of impact on him, had to really hit home. So I'm gonna give this movie an 88, just right around where you guys are at. Bumped a little more. I like this. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Obviously, we just spoiled the whole movie. If you got here, but still worth the watch. I think you'll enjoy it.
100%.
It's one of the better movies I've seen this year. Yeah, Josh, you want to follow up on that?
Really quick, Josh, before you go, I thought for a quick second that there was a picture between both of them, like in the Marines, and that like he just didn't know for a quick second. So I was like, holy fuck.
That would have been crazy.
That would have been crazy.
That would have been a really good twist, but obviously it's not true. It's based on a true story. So
Yeah.
I mean, I do want to add one more thing to what Andrew was saying with even the negotiator, how he put that pack of cigarettes and that cross on there. It's because you got to think that his job is to make sure that everyone gets out unharmed.
Yep.
You know, he obviously doesn't want to see anyone die. If a guy is in there killing people, doing all that, then yes, he has to die. But he realized from that situation alone that guy meant no harm.
Wasn't really an
just trying to tell a
actual
story.
threat.
Yeah, he wasn't a threat. And that's what he understood. And then it sucks because that's why he understood that. And he was trying to get him out. And then he still ends up being eliminated. So, you know, that's why it definitely hits home for him.
Yeah.
Because he gave him his word.
Josh,
Yeah, like I said, the whole John Boyega thing, he seriously, like, I think it took me 2 minutes to be like, wow, he's giving me like Denzel Washington vibes. And I love Denzel Washington. He's probably one of the best actors ever.
Perfect way to describe it.
Yeah, and John Boyega really, like, he just steals the show. And the fact that they were able to shoot, I mean, like, I think by the end I was like, damn, like 90% of this movie's been in this bank lobby. You know what I mean? It's like the fact they were able to get away with that and do that with so little of a main cast of characters. And then too, the way they tied it in with his daughter, where his daughter, he's making these promises to his daughter that he's trying to keep, that she really wants this puppy. And they're, especially at the end when they're flashing back to them talking about the dog names, puppy names. Oh, it hurt. But yeah, I gotta go with an 81. That's the exact same score I gave Nope, actually. And I'd say I like this movie as much as I like Nope. So it feels good to be right around there. The fact that it's based on a true story definitely brought it up a few points for me. It's really touching. So, but yeah, that's kind of where I'm leaning. It's about an 81.
Nice.
You wanna dive deep into our little story?
Yeah, we gotta share. We had an experience at this movie that was a first for all of us, and probably will. Thankfully, it was nothing, but
God.
deeply
before we
ingrained in
even
our
get
brain.
into it right now, I literally felt sick that entire night. And did we end up going out that night too, Mike?
Yeah,
that's when we went to Plymouth, dude.
Yeah.
I literally, I felt like shit that entire day.
Yeah.
Like, ever since this distance.
So let me just set up the scene, and then one of you guys can tell a story. But basically, it was the last like 10 minutes of the movie.
No, it was like maybe 30 minutes left.
30 minutes, yeah. We went on National Movie Day, which I believe was the 3rd, right?
Yep.
September 3rd, which was a what was it, Friday? It was Friday night?
Saturday.
Okay.
It looked like Disney World level of
it looked like an Avengers movie.
Premiere pack theater.
It took me a few minutes to park. Yeah.
You know, $3 movie tickets, $3 popcorn, $3 drinks. So
yeah, nationwide.
That's honestly, this is the first year too that they did it. So I'm excited for, you know, years after. But
yeah. And I should say too, there was a movie theater about 10 minutes away from the movie theater we were at about a week ago that there was a shooting right outside. Just to kind of set up kind of what happened with us. So there's about like 20 minutes left of the movie, and Mike and Eden are to my right, and they put their seats down, and I hear whispering. And then that's when I pan over to them, and you guys can go ahead and take it from there. But that's kind of like what the situation was like.
I'll go first, Aiden, before
we were in a smaller theater, I should say. It's about 7 rows.
I right away started noticing like noises, and I just looked over and I saw Aiden and Mike were on their phones at this point, which I thought, all right, they're hearing what I'm hearing. They're probably checking Twitter. That was my. Was I right, boys? Was I wrong?
I was looking just for a text. Like,
okay,
my one buddy was calling me twice, and I'm like, dude, like, no way, like he knows something that I don't.
Okay,
right now.
So that was that was my immediate thought. I looked over at you guys. I saw you were on your phones, and we don't go on our phones in the movie.
Never.
So I was like, all right, they're keyed in on what I'm keyed in on. they're concerned. That's at least where I was at, like right off the bat. I was like, all right, at least the boys kind of know what's going on too. They're hearing some shit. I'm hearing some shit. We're all a little on edge. If one of you want to kind of jump in and
because we didn't really decide what the noise was yet or
I
anything.
can go if you want.
Yeah, go
We're
ahead.
sitting there, so like we had a packed theater. I mean, there was a decent amount of people in there.
Yeah,
there was a grow of like younger like boys up front, you know, like high school kids, and you know they're kind of fucking around. They're like laughing during the movie. Who cares? Nothing absurd.
Yeah.
And like, you know, I started hearing these like popping noises. And I'm thinking, oh, like maybe one of them's like throwing candy at the screen, you know, making like that weird little bubbling noise. And then I go and I'm like, during that scene, and I kind of like go in, I'm like, no way, that's like, that sound is in the movie, because it sounded like gunshots. And I'm like, what the actual fuck is that? So I go and I'm listening. Then the scene completely changes settings, and it kept going on. I'm like, all right, like that's when I put my seat up. And I was like checking my phone. I'm like, what is going on right now? It literally sounded like faint gunshots going from like all surrounding us, you know, behind us, to my right, to my left. And like I said, we're in a movie theater tucked back in the left wing of the movie theater. So, you know, and I didn't know what to expect. You know, my heart dropped, my adrenaline's at an all-time high. I'm literally like bug-eyed, like I'm not dying for a $3 movie. Whether
a $10 movie maybe, but not $3.
No, dude, just the fact. And we go, and you know, I'm gonna let Mike go. We'll all get our little, you know, spiel on this, but I go up, I sit up, and I look at the girl next to me. She's like, it was a girl and her boyfriend, and they're looking at me. She's like, do you hear that? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I have no idea what it is. I look up, and I like, nowadays, you know, like back in the day, they had someone in the booth like feeding the film into the projector. Nowadays, it's all streaming. So they literally click a button and no one is up there. So then again, even if there was an active shooter at our theater, how in the hell would we know? Like,
you wouldn't unless you heard it.
Until a guy came in with a gun, started shooting you, or someone that works there was like, hey, everyone leave. And I was waiting for that. I was literally on the edge of my seat waiting for someone to say something. Yeah. So that goes on, you know, I'm freaking out, checking my phone. A couple of my friends are calling me, but you know, I wasn't calling anyone. Like, no one was saying, like, I just assumed that they were like, hey, do you know what's going on? Are you at the movie theater? Like, all that. Wasn't that. We get up, and there was like a 30-second pause from like each burst, and then it started going on again and again and again. And you know, like hearing a gun go off before, that's how it sounds.
It sounded just like that.
Exactly what it was. And you could shoot a gun and they would sound identical. So
That's,
you know, safe, rather be safe than sorry. Fight or flight. My fucking flight was on. I was ready to go.
I'm happy to say, right before you jump in, Mike, and share your, I'm happy to see that like the four of us were on the same page in the first four to
do
get
something
up.
about it.
Like,
bro,
go ahead, Mike. Follow it.
Yeah. I'm just like, okay, so for me, like they were consistent shots, and what me and Andrew and Aiden were talking about this, like they legit sounded like legit gunshots. They were consistent, like the same pace, same time, one after another, and there was that big pause, and then it started up again, and I was like, all I'm thinking in my fucking head was just some random ass dude loading up a gun within like that time period and starting shooting again. Like that's literally all I'm thinking about right now, in between like the little bursts of sound that like we heard in the movie theater. But to start it off, like, so Aiden was in my ear. He was like, "Do you hear that? Do you hear that?" I'm like,
because dude, I saw no one reacting to it, and I was like, I can't be the only one to hear this right now.
No,
like,
I literally heard you guys talking about it, and I go, "Oh, they're really into this movie." I literally thought that. I'm like, "Oh,
so
all right."
I heard you guys talking and saw you on your phones and went, "Okay, at least two of the people here are on the same page." And Josh is zoned in, like, "Oh,
yeah,
he loving the movie."
Yeah, but pretty much, me and Aiden were kind of like going back and forth on like, is it in the actual movie, or is it like outside, like in like the theater, or like outside of the theater, or whatever. We were going back and forth on that. And then obviously like we started checking our phones, and that's like we were like Andrew said, we were the first 4 people to get up. And what blows my mind was like, if you heard just like a little bit of like what you think may be a gunshot, why would you not get the fuck up? Like, and today,
see what it is.
There were probably like 14 people out of our entire theater, out of maybe 30 that actually got up.
Yeah, right
we
behind
got
us.
up. The people to our right got up. A couple people up front. Like 4 people left, And then those kids up front started getting up, and they're like, that's when obviously, you know, Josh and Mike go up to the door. There's one door that goes back to the theater, and then there's an exit door that leads directly outside.
Yeah, so
And-
let me
ahead.
take it from there. So we walk down, and I got Mike to my right, and we're at the door, and these kids that are sitting right in the front row, they go, "No, I think this is part of the movie." And me and Mike look at
I
them,
said,
we're like,
"Hell
"This is
no."
not part of the movie." Yeah, we're like, "That's not part of the movie." And then so we get close to the door, and as we get to the door, then I can hear that it's not happening inside. It is happening outside. But again, like I just said, there was the shooting right outside of a movie theater right by us not even a week ago. So it was really scary. And so I was like, wow, that could be happening again. And it's such a busy weekend. The amount of people that were like out there tailgating and stuff like that when we walked in, there's a ton of people outside. So so me and Mike get really close to the door, and then it's like we had like bricks in our shoes. We were so nervous to go open the door because then at that point we could hear, oh fuck, it's like right outside.
Yeah.
But then I was like, fuck it, and I count down from 3, and I just fucking went and I opened the door because I was like, I need to know what's happening because I can't like have us sit there if it actually is a shooter and they're coming inside. So I quickly just push the door open, and I see that it's fireworks. Thank God it's fireworks.
Thank God.
And
But
there's people screaming and cheering because it's fireworks, but you hear the screaming and you hear the
who
popping.
the fuck
You think,
That shit
shoots
should
off
be illegal. Who the
fireworks
fuck
in a
does it
parking
theater
lot of a
parking lot?
movie theater?
well, and that's the thing too. Like, okay, it also is Labor Day weekend, which kind of we all forgot
Yeah.
about. I feel like, and then so
Still.
I say as soon as the doors open, I see the fireworks. I go, we're good. It's fireworks. We're good. And the amount of relief in that room. I mean, guys, wasn't it crazy? Everyone's like, fuck,
Dude,
and
that's-
like, oh my god,
Dude,
And the one guy's like, you never know. And
My balls dropped to my fucking feet, dude. I swear to God.
Yeah.
My balls went up to my chest, dude.
Yeah, I was
ready to go.
I told when I was rehashing this story, telling it to Emma, I was like, it is so crazy how you go from like engaged to a movie to like alert to like full blown primal like fight or flight. Like I'm ready
Dude, I
to
was ready to kill someone. I literally was
Yeah,
ready to
bro.
kill someone. And so I just want to add, like, Josh, when you guys went up to that door, it was you, Mike, me, Andrew.
oh yeah,
And
you guys were all
literally,
behind me.
Josh pushes the door and it doesn't move. And that's when he said he had bricks in your shoes. And that's when my heart dropped. Like I heard you click the thing in.
Because I
but
didn't know
it-
if I wanted to open it.
Yeah,
I literally didn't know, 'cause I could hear it.
it. My experience with that is that you push the door and it wouldn't budge.
Wouldn't
I
open.
said, oh my
that's
God,
even
dude, we're literally
scarier.
locked in here. Like now it is like it's crunch time, dude. Like we're either dying or we're fucking doing something.
dude.
Yeah.
So
I
that
go
was
back
like,
to
that's
my
when my heart absolutely dropped when he pushed that door and it didn't open.
I go back to my
Scared the
seat
shit out of me.
and there's a lady hiding behind it.
Yeah. Did
She's
you
like,
guys
I
see
saw
that?
Yeah. She's like, I'm sorry, I was gonna hide here. I'm like, no, you're fine. Like, fuck, we got up, we were scared. Like, we're walking back up, and an old man tapped me on the shoulder. I think I was the 4th one, and he's like, better safe than sorry. I was like, fuck yeah, damn right.
Like, duh.
But that's the thing that gets me though. Why does I'm sorry, you hear that half
Maybe
the
they're
movie
willing to
theater
die,
doesn't
man.
do a
They're
single
willing.
thing. Their seats are
they gotta
really
see the end.
Their seats
I
are
don't
still
know, man.
reclined back, and they're fucking their hands in their popcorn. I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
you're gonna die for a fucking $3 movie.
And I told Andrew this because when I sat back down, honestly, and this might have hurt the review of the movie, I because it did feel like there's 10, 15 minutes left because I was counting down. I was like,
Yeah,
it ruined it for me. I mean, my heart was like racing still. If this happened at the beginning of the movie, I probably would have just left.
Yeah, we would have left.
Oh, yeah.
because my heart like couldn't take it. Like I literally, that's probably the most scared I've ever been. And now to go back into a relaxed state where I'm supposed to be thinking about this movie and how it's about to end. And then literally 2 minutes after he gets popped in the head by the sniper.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
Jesus
dope.
Christ. Yeah. So it's like, I don't know. So
My
I
thing
would have
was
liked
that,
him to
dude,
get out.
I was
Yeah.
so hungry, man. And literally that like I said, my adrenaline was still pumping when I was leaving that theater. When I was driving home, I
Me
don't even
too.
think I had music on. Like we were all texting. And I was like, dude, I'm literally shaking still. Like I
yeah,
got
we were all quiet as fuck when we
I
walked
thought I was
out.
gonna like throw up, man. I had that feeling like in my gut. I'm like, dude, I think I had to puke because my adrenaline
shoulda-
was so fucking high.
I should have checked my underwear, man. There's probably a shit stain.
Yeah, dude.
Well, so
But
how
that's
many
just
other
the
theaters
fact,
do you
like-
guys think went and looked?
So wait, that's what I want to add. So my mom, I told her the story. I haven't talked to her in like a couple days,
Oh,
and
yeah, I
I
have
talked to
something
her
to
this
add, too.
morning, and she said that someone that we know, like a family friend, was either in our exact theater or at the movies at the same time as us. And she posted on Facebook saying, like, I was at MJR the other day, and you know there were people lighting out fireworks, and we all thought it was an active shooter, and the whole theater got up. So she could have been in our theater for all we know. I mean, I assume it was, but you got to think how many other theaters in that one section of the theater was probably like, what the fuck is going on?
I want to add something. My sister works in Southgate, down Eureka, like probably a half a mile from where we were at.
Mm-hmm.
I told her about this story. She goes, "Oh yeah, no, I was at work. I heard that." And keep in mind, this is a half mile away. I was like, she's like, "Yeah, was it like loud noise around like 8:15, 8:30?" I'm like, "Yup." So for anyone that's listening, imagine how fucking loud it was for us when it was, 100 feet away. If someone a half a mile away could be like, "Oh yeah, no, I know what you were talking about. I didn't think it was gunshots. I thought it was fireworks." But when you're half a mile away, you can think that. When you're sitting in a fucking movie theater, the last thing you think of is, "Oh, someone's shooting off fireworks in the parking lot."
They were doing a fucking Disney parade fireworks show.
Oh, I didn't know
that
the fucking 4th of July was today all of a sudden.
Yeah, dude. It was literally like Comerica Park Friday night game, fireworks show after the game.
I swear though, like the pause in between like the cluster of fireworks, I was like, dude, there's no way that's not a fucking
gun.
Some guy like reloading a fucking gun.
At that point, when it stopped and it kept going, that's when we got up. I'm like, I'm not sitting here. Like,
yep.
No, and once we got
to get up, like, I'm gone. I'm not. I promise you, I'm not staying here.
And once we got closer to the exit, that's when I could hear the screams better, and that's even scarier.
Oh, God.
So,
dude, just the thing, just alone this year, when you saw that one guy going to that supermarket and on Twitch, and I literally watched that video, and it's still like cemented. It's burned into my brain.
Oh my God.
I've never
didn't
seen
even
it.
watch. I watched the first second of it.
I can't watch it.
It's crazy how fast it happens. Like you don't even know. Like it's better to be safe than sorry. If anyone said like, "Oh, you're an idiot," it's just fireworks. Like, okay, like
Aiden, I've noticed before when we're at a theater.
Yeah, if it's the 4th of July, you think it, but you forget that. So go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I've noticed before at the theater. I mean, I'm just like an observant person, but if I see someone stand up, I've noticed if you're there with me, you also are.
Look at you.
You're keyed in on them too. Like I know that you and I, I'm sure Mike is. I'm sure maybe Josh is too. But I know Josh watched the movie.
I'm just on edge, man.
I'm with you on that. Like I've noticed before, if I'm next to you, I'm like, oh, all right, Aiden sees that guy too. Like we got our fucking eyes on that motherfucker. Like, what's he doing? Why
a guy just gets up and fixes his blanket. It looks like he's opening a trench coat. Like, okay, like, dude, what is going on? Because there's obviously no security anywhere, man.
There's not, which is
not saying that they should, but they should. I mean, you really should have security everywhere. A big
at least in the United States.
Like, I mean, it sucks.
Well, and I know too. As soon as we sit down at the movies,
reality.
We've talked about it before. Like, we have we go to the movies so much, and it is a fear that like there could be a shooting or something. But I know when we sit down, we always like, all right, we look at the exit, and we look at the fire exit. Yeah, I mean, as soon as we stood up, like we said earlier, we were the first people to really stand up and start moving. We stood up. I go, let's go to the fire exit right away. I mean, and when we didn't miss a beat, we were fucking moving. The four of us just agreed telepathically, we're not fucking dying in here.
So, we didn't care if people were getting in our way. We were getting the fuck out.
Yeah. And when we got out, I was like, that literally just unlocked like that fear of like getting shot in a theater by a fucking million. Like every time I go to a movie theater now, I'm gonna think about that experience.
Yep, I worry about it every opening night for Marvel movies.
But no, that's what I was worried about when I was driving home. Like, damn, like, am I gonna have like PTSD from? It's different if there actually was someone in there. I would probably not be able to go to a movie theater for a while.
No,
but I mean, luckily that we didn't have. We were just scared.
I feel like this is a good scare. The fact that at least the four of us are all
reality, dude,
on the same page. Like we're not playing the fucking game. Like I didn't even put my seat down. I just fucking stood up. I was like, all right, we're rolling. Like, let's go. Like, I'm not fucking.
The other thing too is that, like you said, we go to the movies so much. Like, I would love to take a tally on how many times any movie that comes out, we go to the theater. We don't really watch anything at home.
A lot of opening nights ones too.
Yeah, we always go to opening night and stuff like that. And out of 1,000 times I've been to a theater, I've never had an experience like that before.
Me neither.
Let alone a big bang, anything like that. Like just the consistent shot after shot, that pop after pop.
And the pause.
The
pause is what made my heart like
to go. Yeah, no, that's a great point, Mike. That was when we all stood up because it was like you heard a couple
of
pops.
Real after that,
we're all concerned. It stops. We're like, okay, you're still thinking gunshots, or you're thinking maybe it's over. You don't know. It continues. We're done. Like, that's when it was over. We're like, all right, we're leaving.
Well, no, too, and we've been
at a movie theater has a gun to stop him. I mean, you never know, but I mean, realistically, like they're gonna go on a rampage. You have no idea how many people it is. Like, you just gotta expect the worst.
Well, and we've been to the movies during the 4th of July, and we've been to the movies during thunderstorms and shit like that. Nothing felt like the way it did when we just went.
Firing them off,
Yeah.
100 feet away from the fucking theater.
Yeah, honestly,
Yeah.
that should be against the law because
they
that
should be
fucking place could've caught
arrested.
on fire.
Yeah.
The whole building could have caught on fire.
Yeah.
Can people with CPLs open carry in movie theaters or no?
No, they cannot.
I don't know.
I assume so. That's a dumb question, but I had to.
No, it's like
Schools,
certain areas you can. I
bars.
think movie theaters you
Well, I
can.
know. Me and Andrew had a buddy not too recently where they knew someone that was their job was to go in and clean the theaters afterwards, and they're cleaning the theaters, and then in one of the seats there's a big Magnum pistol, and
Yeah.
someone had left it there. So it's like, I don't know. So I know people probably
That's-
still
that's-
They
smuggle
probably
it in.
still do, just out of fear of a shoot. Like,
Yeah, because you're really helpless in there. Really.
that's the worst part
You're
is you
100%
just
helpless. You can't.
you,
do
Yeah.
you have
anything.
nothing. You're in the dark
We were lucky
too.
enough.
Like,
Imagine being in that first Epic theater and we heard that, and there's no outdoor exits. It's just straight two
Yeah.
sides going right to the middle.
Yeah.
Like, you would really be fucked.
I'm telling you, if
you
they're
can
like
go at the top
No.
at those big
yeah, the
theaters.
top, you can.
Yeah, it's hot, but I mean, there's no outdoor exit. You
There's
gotta
not.
go-
Yeah.
You're gonna have to jump.
I swear, if those doors were locked, though, I was ready to fucking have all 4 of us like get on top of like the walkway and just fucking jump at once. Like someone's gonna die, but we're gonna stop them.
You're sitting on top and
that's
jump
what I
out
was-
Assassin's Creed.
yeah,
though?
bro. Like
I
fucking
don't know,
Spider-Man,
man.
bro. Like literally
I-
jump. Like, he can't
I
shoot
just-
all 4 of us at
The
once.
scariest.
That's true.
Or she.
Literally, the worst part about that, like I said, was when we heard the second time. We obviously acted on it, but then Josh pushes the door and it doesn't budge.
Yeah.
I literally was
See,
like,
I wasn't paying attention to that at that point. I was looking behind us. I was looking.
I was
like, I was letting you guys take care of the door, and you may have not even noticed, but I was actually looking like at the entrance, like just
dude, we
trying
had
to
a
be
line
aware.
of people though behind us. Like there were like 10 people up.
A lot of shields.
yeah.
Well, I just looked at Mike, and it looked like me and him were both thinking the same thing. Like, fuck, it sounds like it's right outside.
Yeah, it did.
And
Because
if
we
you
both
didn't get that
came to a
open-
complete stop. Yeah.
and if you didn't get that open, I was ready to fucking kick that shit like a police officer.
Well, that's why. Like, as soon as I put my hand on it, I was
Kick
like,
that shit like a goddamn Hulk.
yeah,
I
man,
put my
would've-
hand
I'd
on
have
it.
dug-
I would have
I
found a
would've
way to
dug
open
to the
that
floor.
shit.
Yeah, I put my hand on it. I was like, I'm like, what if he's right outside? And I was like, fuck it. And then that's when I pushed it, and I just saw it really quick.
That's what I was worried about. As soon as I heard it out there, I was like, I didn't think movie theater shooting at that point. I thought, what if there's a shooting confrontation out there, and
Yeah.
they, want to come in here, or we get fucking hit by a
No,
stray.
bro.
And you
I
heard
thought that-
screaming at that point too. So it's like you don't
Yeah.
know.
I thought there was a dude with a fucking AR just unloading and fucking reloading.
Ugh.
That's what I was
That's what I
thinking.
thought. That's what I thought too.
Even like when me and Mike went to Vegas, and you hear about the what was it, the Bellagio? No, it wasn't. It
That
was
was-
Mandalay Bay.
And we're
Yeah.
And
shooting
we
in
literally stayed
history.
across the street from it, and that like I watched the YouTube video on everything about it. Then we went to Vegas 2 days later, and I was literally on edge the entire time. I'm like, holy fuck!
Yeah.
It sucks that it's reality.
No, and
but,
the fact that kids have to go through this with school shooting, I really
oh yeah,
they actually have to go through it. It's terrible. So
I mean, that's the thing is that we hear about all the time. I mean, that's all of our first times, like even having that thought.
The
And,
thought. I've never.
I really thought I was gonna die that day.
I didn't think I was gonna die necessarily. Maybe I did. I don't know. But
I
like
mean,
that
we
was the
had,
highest my
I
adrenaline.
thought my luck
percentage-
with my luck, I'm gonna die today. That's what I thought.
Exactly. I had the worst luck, so I just assumed it.
Yeah.
But I knew for a fact that I was not.
I'm like,
I
well,
mean,
me and
it's
Aiden are
the fact
dead.
that I had the possibility.
Yeah.
But
But-
no, I mean, it's good to now we know. I mean, it
Yeah.
sucks, but I mean, better be fireworks than something else.
Yeah.
So
No, but on that note, let's close it out here. Next week we're doing on Tuesday we're doing our Shawshank rewind, so that'll
Rewind.
be pretty exciting. So, and then we'll have another guest for that. But yeah, that was our story, and that's our breaking review and our D23 recap and everything like that. So,
Yeah.
thank you guys so much for listening. Download, go check out the YouTube, and thanks.
so,
Thank
Instagram,
you.
TikTok. Tell your sisters. Tell your moms.
yep,
Yes,
tell your
sure.
grandmas,
yeah,
be safe out there.
be
Yeah.
safe out there.
You
Be
never
safe
know.
out-
You never know what could go on.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, boys.
So yeah.
All right.
See
See
you
you
guys.
next episode. Peace.